Hey everyone, it's Rhea from Stargazer Creates, and I'm here to show off my envelope album that I recently made. This piece was inspired by picking up this envelope die by Tim Holtz at my local craft outlet. That's what started it all. And I got a couple of extra small packs of paper at the outlet at a really good price as well. So I've used an interesting binding technique that I kind of just made as I went, and I'll show you some tips and tricks along the way as I give you a little video tour. So here the binding is filled with lots of junk like I like. It's wired together. You can see I've added some little transistor parts and a roller skate charm. There's a light bulb, some window charms, hinges. This was a great score. Some pipe labels from a garage sale. I got a whole bunch of these, and I've used a little patina on them, Gilder's paste. So the seam binding is actually done with wire. You can see it a little bit more from back here. I just left it pretty wild and kind of embraced what I did, and you can see that my attachment here are their pins from Seven Gypsies, and I simply attached the pin as I was making the envelope. I've also reinforced it a little bit with tape so that it would be able to hold up to the wear and tear. But once I made all my envelopes with my pins, I simply wove together my book. So it's pretty easy to do. Here I've used one of the key plates from Graphic 45, and I added some of the remnant rubs by Tim Holtz to add the number 45 on there. The embellishment here, this is actually an old set of vintage airplane wings that are plastic, and then I've just added a button and one of the ornate keys from Graphic 45. So like I said, I used tissue tape along the edges to really reinforce things so that hopefully this book will hold up to wear and tear. I've also used the fact that it's an envelope to brad in a lot of metal embellishments. So these do open, but I'm choosing not to stuff anything inside them because it's so heavily embellished. But what I did was I just simply used my brads, and because it's an envelope, the backs of them are hidden behind. So the only other embellishment that I really used besides the Tim Holtz rub-ons were the Graphic 45 tags and chipboard embellishments and stickers. And then I've also used the flowers as well. You can see those. Those are some of the rub-ons. There are a bit of metal things that I found along the way. Like this was a charm that I made for a charm swap. I've got a hand-carved stamp on there. And then it's attached with a Tim Holtz ring. Here, it's a nice little window charm. I picked this one up, I think, at Michael's. One of the keyholes, I've altered it with Gilder's paste. Absolutely love the Gilder's paste. This was a neat trick. The rub-ons, I did half of them on the bottom and half of them on the top to kind of frame out my page here. And then there's a clock part and another one of the these are Seven Gypsies gears, but this is a Tim Holtz ring that attaches things on, and it's absolutely fantastic. Here I've added on part of the stickers. I just used two of them to make kind of a file tab. Another one of the Seven Gypsies gears here. Used lots of ink along the edges to give it a good distressed look. And here's another way you can see I've braided this on. I love this moon paper. This is one of the tags and pockets. A little Graphic 45 key added on. I like to leave them loose if I can because I like to have the element of movement. And there you can see, hopefully that's a good shot, of all the pins in the middle that I simply wired together. I just did it wild. I didn't really have a plan in mind when I set off. Another one of the cool keys. keyholes, and there's another one of the ornate keys. I absolutely love the stamps that they use in all of their papers. This little latch is from Prima. Those were really handy. I had a pack and there was one random one left, and I absolutely love those. So great to add on little bits for movement, as always. Here's another one of the tags and pockets. You can see that I've added on some rub-ons. I really love these window charms. More gears. Here's another one of the rub-ons. And that is about it. My little Steampunk Spells envelope book filled with all kinds of crazy metal goodness. I hope you learned something new or got a little bit inspired by checking out my latest little bit. Thank you. Cheers.